As you can see on my screen that I have already opened up PyCharm. Now I'm going to be showing you how are you going to get those input datas. Now, most of the time what we do is just put in a print and put in whatever we want. Even if we want a value as an alphabetical value or a numerical value, we just paste it inside. We just put in a double quotation and put in our alphabets. And when we just play it, it just puts out the data how it is. But I'm going to show it to you like how you'll be able to use that instead and how you're going to get it inside of your prompt and how you're going to put that data inside your console. I'm going to play this whole thing, play, and we will basically have it played on our console. Okay, so when you want to get those input data from the users, what command you have to use is input. Okay, so when you put input and then put in your own data, you'll be able to add your own data over here. Now you can see when I type in over here, I cannot put in my data inside the console. But when we work with input code or the input function or the command, we will be able to put in our own value. Let's say, how am I going to do it? So I'm going to show you a couple of examples which you're going to follow by. Now I'm going to put in a double quotation first, and I'm going to do is put in, let's say, enter your name. Okay, now enter your name and this over here. I'm going to put in a bit of space where I want it to be. And now if I play the whole thing, it's going to give me this console over here and I'll be able to put in my own data. Now, let's say if I put in a couple of names over here, if I just put in, let's say my name is Sergio. If I hit on enter, now you can see the process has been finished with an exit code. Now, not only just name, enter your, let's say if I put in age and if I play the whole thing up, it will say enter your age and you'll be able to enter whatever value you want. It could be a numerical value. It could be also an alphabetical value. It's just basically up to you because Python has still not analyzed it, what type of data you exactly need. But the user needs to understand it themselves. So the next thing, what I want to show you is that whatever data you put in, I want an exit code. Let's say your name is this after you put in your data. So how are you going to get that value? So for that reason, we are going to be using print as the value. So if I just get on over here and if I type in print, open the parentheses, and inside, I'm going to use in the input value as my, let's say, as my variable. Okay. So I'm going to do is going to be just using this input and I'm going to turn it into a variable. But I'm going to do is going to be double quotation inside. I'm going to finish this one first. Let's say welcome. There we go. We have welcome. And now after that, I want, let's say a plus and I want my variable, which I'm going to type in name. Okay. So I'm going to take this one over here at the beginning. And if I put in name equal, and now this you can see we have turned it into a variable. So what I'm going to do is going to be just play out the whole thing, stop and rerun. And there you can see enter your age. Now, if I put in a specific age, let's say 56, and I play it back again, stop and rerun, now you can see still it is not working. Now, why? Because I have to put in a specific command which is going to help me out. Okay, so I'm going to do is going to be printing this out just the way it is. You can see we have the age. Instead of age, let me just put in name. Okay, I'm going to do is going to be putting in this over here. Perfect. The name is entered and then print. Now, if I put in welcome plus the name, which is this value, and now I want it to also add in a quote, like, a mark. So I'm going to do is going to be putting in that exclamation mark. There we go. We have our exclamation mark right now. So now we're going to do is going to be playing this whole thing up. But one thing, what you're going to see over here is that we have enter my name as the variable. Okay. So enter my name. So I'm going to do is going to be just playing out the whole thing. Let's play it out. If I play it, you can see enter my name. This is how it looks like. Now, if I put in, let's say, Sergio, And if I just hit on enter, now you can see we have welcome Sir Jill. Now if I put in a bit of space over here, welcome, and if I just play the whole thing, and now I'm gonna put in my name, let's say I'm gonna put in Mel. Hit on enter and you can see welcome Mel. Now, not only just one, you'll be able to work with multiple of them at the same time. Now, to do that, I'm going to do is going to be copying this whole thing, Control C. There we go, copied. I'm going to hit on enter, Control V. Now, I'm going to do is going to be closing off the parentheses at the end because obviously I don't want my first one to be discarded. Now, instead of the name, I want an age. So instead of the name over here, I'm also going to be cut this out and I'm going to put in age as my variable. Now to do that, what I'm going to do is going to be adding this up. So I'm going to do is going to be after this value, I'm going to add this up just by using plus. So after this, I'm going to do is going to be keeping the double or let's say the punctuation just the same. But I'm going to do is going to be after that, I'm going to put in a space. And here I'm going to put in UR. Okay, so I can also cut this off. UR. And then you're going to put in the value. So I'm going to put in the double quotation to close up the parentheses. And I'm going to hit on space again, add on plus. And if I put in the variable, which is age written right over here. So if I play the whole thing, you will basically see it is going to also tell me enter your name. You can see enter your name is right over here. So if I just put in enter your name after that, I'm going to put in, let's say, Mel 45. If I just hit on enter, or let's say Mel 45, if I put in 56, hit on enter, and you can see Mel 45, you are 56. Now, if I cut this value off, I'm going to rerun this whole thing again. Name is Mel. And if I hit on enter, the age is 67. And if I hit on enter, welcome Mel, you are 67. Now, I'm also going to be putting in another one. Let's say I'm going to do is going to be copying this, Control C, Control V. Now, if I put in, let's say gender, I'm also going to be adding another one after this, plus age. You can see this is how it works. I'm going to put in a space, plus, and then I'm going to do is going to be putting in double quotations again, double quotation. And here I want it to be, let's say, I want it to say, it's going to be the gender, obviously. I'm going to type in your gender is space plus, and now I'm going to put in my variable, which is going to be named gender. Okay, now you can see I'm going to put in enter your gender. There we go. And if I just play the whole thing, you're going to see this is how it works. So the name is going to be Mel. Hit on enter. The age is going to be 34. Hit on enter. And the gender is going to be male. Hit on enter. And you can see, welcome Mel, you are 34. Your gender is male. Now over here, after the age, I'm going to put in another space. And here I'm going to put in a double quotation. I'm going to do is going to be putting in double quotations over here. There we go. Play the whole thing. And if I just, write it back again, it's going to be Mel 34. It's going to be male. Hit on enter. Now you can see this is basically how it is going to look like. Now you can continue it up and make more. Let's say I'm going to make the last one. Let's say I'm going to do is going to be typing in, let's say, institution. There we go. I'm going to put in institution. There we go, institution. I'm going to put in an equal. And the institution is going to be the same as these. Control C. I'm going to cut this off. Institution. Enter your there we go. We have our institution name. Institution. So I'm going to do is going to be typing in over here after the gender. I'm going to put in a bit of space and plus, hit on space again, double quotation, the name, institution is, and after that, put in a bit of space, plus, there we go, institution as our variable. Now, if I print this whole thing out, let's just play it up again, stop and rerun. You'll basically see this is how it looks like. So if I put in male, age is going to be 23, gender is going to be male, hit on enter, institution name is USC. Hit on enter, and there we go. Your institution is USC. So I'm going to do is going to be cutting this part off. Play this again so that it is perfect. I'm going to put this back again. Male, enter your age, 52 or 54. Male, and the institution is USC. There we go. This is how it is going to look like. And this is basically how you're going to get your data or the values or variables from any users. And you'll be able to check it out, and the user will also be able to check it out on their own. So hope you understood everything about this class, but if you still have any confusion or any question about any part of this lesson, feel free to ask me anytime. I'm always there to help you out. So without any further ado, let's move on to our next class of Python. Just make sure not to skip any part. In our next class, I'm going to be showing you how you can make a basic calculator and how you can make it work too at the same time. So also make sure not to skip anything in those classes too.